Well, you expect to find gravesites in a cemetery. It's kind of their purpose. But when dozens of graves were discovered at one local cemetery this week, it came as a wonderful and meaningful surprise, and for a very good reason.
I came here all by myself, and it was a good thing because I was really emotional seeing this.
And 24 hours later, Linda Dewey is still feeling it as she overlooks hundreds of pink and yellow flags at the Glen Arbor Township Cemetery.
When you see the outlines on the ground of the excavations, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
To appreciate today, you have to understand a lot of yesterdays. This is what the once lost to time and the surrounding woods cemetery looked like just 3 years ago. A few headstones dating back more than a century, a lot of trees, and Linda's premonition that the few grave markers were just the tip of the iceberg.
I knew that 47 years it was a township cemetery, and with the mortality rates, infant mortality, mothers dying in childbirth, people being born and dying in their homes and not in hospitals, and that I knew there had to be a lot of people.
To find out, last summer, the trees were cleared out to make room to work by this.
That machine is a Kubota with a machine-mounted GPR, ground-penetrating radar.
Mike and Sean here travel around, usually using the radar to find utility lines and underground tanks, but occasionally...
We probably do 3 cemeteries a year, something like that.
And that's how they ended up scanning the ground, seeing images on radar that look like this.
The image we see a hyperbola, so we see the excavation. We can mark both sides of that and say, okay, that's a grave.
Turns out what the naked eye couldn't see here, they found. To the tune of more than 85 grave sites, including a mass grave with multiple people buried there.
You know, at the end of the day, all these people had a life between those dates that are on the headstone, and then they got a hole in the ground. And then everybody forgot them. They were all gone. So now we've re-identified those burials, and they're back. We know where they're at. There's actually a body there.
And more of them than anyone imagined, including Linda. Dozens of numbered flags marking dozens of lives lived. It's still not known exactly who they were, but thanks to the efforts this week, and for the past several years, it's now known where they are.
It's so gratifying. It's community. There's a community buried here. There's a community bringing the cemetery back to life, if you will.
In the midst of all the work done, the cemetery board is preparing for its 3rd annual memorial ceremony, Friday, May 26th at 10 a.m. Public's invited to attend and get a look at all the changes that have taken place at the cemetery over the past year.